Lights low, screens glow, real news in the air. Welcome to the movie Lair. From Marvel to DC, every frame gets shared. Welcome to the movie Lair. No cap, no spin, just cinema flair. If it's film or TV, yeah, you know we there. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Yeah. Welcome to the movie Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping it square. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Lights low, screens glow, real news in the air. Welcome to the movie Lair. From Marvel to DC, every frame gets shared. Welcome to the movie Lair. No cap, no spin, just cinema flair. If it's film or TV, yeah, you know we there. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping it square. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping it square. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Yeah. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Lights low, screen glow, real news in the air. Welcome to the movie Lair. From Marvel to DC, every frame each share. Welcome to the movie Lair. No cat, no spin, just cinema slayer. It's full TV, ain't no we air. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keep it this plan. Welcome to the movie Lair.
Y'all, I am never beating the stereotype allegations of always being late. My God. I was trying to be on time today, y'all. I really was. Y'all, I need a mic check. Is my mic coming through? Sound effects working? 'Cause I had that jacked up too, child. It's been a week, y'all. It has been a week. I feel like every day this week I woke up to just some damn foolishness in the entertainment business. It has been a week. But I do appreciate everybody for hanging out with me, man. I always appreciate y'all tapping in.
Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in.
What the hell Sweetie been up to? Who she with now? Y'all know Sweetie brought the Migos up, child. Anyway, it has been a crazy week. Thank you all for stopping in with me. I see I got Mental Health in here. I got Blue's House in here. If y'all don't follow Blue, he does movies and TV shows and hip hop and all of that. Y'all go check out Blue. I got Andre Ware. What up, Andre? No biscuits today. Hey, Magician. How are you doing? Lawrence says, CP. Child, you I'm on CP time. So sorry. I'm so sorry I was on CP time, y'all. I really was trying. Life be lifing. Shout out to Lawrence. Lawrence just gave me $5 for no reason. He just gave me $5.
Hey, shout out to the super chat. Shout out to the super chat. Thanks for supporting. I like that. Hey, shout out to the super chat. Shout out to the super chat. Hey.
For no reason. Just $5 for no reason. Lawrence, you will be blessed. Lawrence be blessing the streamers. I don't know. Lawrence, do you come from like a wealthy family? You just be giving out money. He just give money out. He just give it away. But I consider that support, so I appreciate that, Lawrence. Xavier's in here. What up, Xavier? Collector's Reign. Y'all go follow Neil too. He does content as well. He just got into the content game this year. Lord, S. Jaddix is here. Let's see what he's saying. We were all making fun of Majors only to find out that the man is playing 5D chess. He will be a hero in the Magamount DC no time. S. Jaddix, let's don't forget that Jonathan Majors is a black man. Okay. The world isn't so generous to black men. Okay. I see what you saying, S. Jaddix. S. Jaddix say, he over there playing with Ben Shapiro them. And now that Paramount has bought DC, maybe they could kind of work John in. But listen, he's still a black man. Okay. He's still let's don't get above ourselves. He's still a black man. All right, y'all. I'm finna get started so we won't be here long. Y'all know I can't stream for hours and hours like my other fellow brothers. I can't do it. So hopefully we can be out here within an hour and a half. But I got a lot of stuff to cover. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Lawrence says, I don't support the Daily Wire decision, but some of us has done worse. Yeah, man, we'll talk about it when we get there. I have a lot of, thoughts on the Jonathan Majors situation. So, yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's get this thing rolling. Let me get my little headset on, child. Hope y'all are having a great Friday. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. And if you can't stay the full time, catch me on the replay. I know we got lives and stuff. I don't know where there we go. Tina, you had me do a 5-hour live. Blue said I had him do a 5-hour live. I'm sure I wasn't there for all 5 hours. I probably came in at the back end. I'm not doing 5 hours. I'm not doing 5 hours when Comic-Con comes. I'm not doing 5 hours when Doomsday come out. I just can't do it. I don't see how y'all do it. All right, y'all. What up, y'all? Tina here, and this is the Movie Lair. Appreciate you guys all stopping in. This is episode 8, 2006, and on this show, we are going to be talking about a lot of things, all right? We're going to talk about the whole Paramount buying Warner Brothers, that foolishness, some Marvel news. We'll go over the BAFTA situation. I'm not going to talk a lot about it because I already got a video on my page. We'll talk about the Jonathan Majors of it all. We are going to get into all of this stuff. And y'all know at the end, we'll talk a little bit of Marvel. So if you're here for Marvel, you might want to come back in about an hour. Otherwise, if you just want to hang out with the crew, let's get into it. What we got for the first topic? Hold on. Let me see what S. Jaddix says before we get to the first topic. He says, and he's talking about Jonathan Majors for everybody who's listening audio only. Hell, if he flips the Daily Wire gig into Paramount roles, I will actually respect this move because the Daily Wire is a dead end. Gina Carano flopped over there. Granted, Majors is a great actor. He's black, Lawrence. He's black. That's what I'll say. Jonathan Majors is a black man. But we'll talk about John when we get there. All right. Let's open up and talk about AMC. So AMC theaters will start reserving the best seats in the house for A-list members and premier members later on this year. Now, I'm an A-list member with AMC's, and I think this is stupid. I think this is the dumbest thing ever. Don't get me wrong. AMC A-list is great. If you like to go to the movies more than once a month, it pays for itself. I think I pay like $25 and I can go see 4 movies for free. That works out because one movie where I'm at is like $20 anyway. But saving the best seats in the house for A-list members is just kind of stupid to me. Like, it's so frustrating that everything nowadays require a subscription to do some of the most basic things in life. Like, why does somebody have to have a subscription to pick the middle damn seats in the theater? That's dumb. Do y'all want people to come to the movies or not? Do y'all want people to come to the movies or not, or do y'all want to turn people away? I think this is stupid. And how do y'all even determine what's considered the best seat? Because me, I like to sit in the top right hand corner near the exit. That way, if something pops off, I can hit the door. I can get the hell on up out of there. So, I don't even know how they're gonna determine what is the best seats. Like, I'm just pissed off because everything is a subscription. LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, streaming service. Like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, do y'all think this is a good idea that AMC is blocking seats off specifically for A-list members? Let me know. Blue says it's to make people buy the subscription. People ain't gonna buy the damn subscription. If they want it, they'll buy it. I'm not. If I didn't have the subscription, being able to pick a seat ain't gonna make me want to buy the subscription. It's stupid. The Magician says, "Can we get more IMAX screens?" Yeah. Can we work on that? I don't know what's going on in the movie industry, y'all. Next up, Katt Williams is just not out here doing comedy anymore. He's really trying to build something. So for y'all that don't know, Katt Williams was essentially inspired by Tyler Perry, and he went off and bought his own military base as well to turn it into a large movie studio. And he just did a partnership with Miles College and HBCU to give students like real access to AI tech. Like, we talking virtual production, CGI, immersive storytellings, all of that. The things that are going into the future of Hollywood. And what's crazy is this isn't just talk. His production hub is in Alabama, and he'll pretty much give a lot of the students at Miles College access to his sound stages and everything. So instead of sending like millions of dollars overseas for VFX, hopefully Hollywood will start investing in it, in the community here, which I don't think they are. AI is going to take over a lot of stuff. But Katt Williams is also offering scholarships and internships tied to his company. So the students aren't there just learning. He's essentially setting up a pipeline that once you graduate, you might have the ability to either work with his production company, or get some internships and get all of that set up. So we always talk about, people putting in the work. He's putting in the work, and I'm not gonna lie, I respect that he's kind of leaning into AI instead of being scared of it, because whether we like it or not, this tech is coming. It's coming. It's here. I don't know if y'all know it, but it's here. Like, it's really here. And I respect that he's trying to bring Black creators along to kind of, figure all of this stuff out. I respect anybody taking big swings like this, because it's always a gamble to bet on yourself. He's building out infrastructure for a whole production company. So I hope everything works out for him. Hopefully some of these studios will start to partner with him, and that can be a place where future films are made. This is a big undertaking. I don't know if, a lot of y'all in here are creative, so you know how it is to build something, but to do something like Tyler Perry has done, to buy a military base and build all that out, like, we looking at the shiny stuff. I'm thinking about the sewage, the plumbing, the water, the electricity, like all of that sounds massive. So hopefully he can get all this stuff off the ground, because I know it's a big undertaking. Katt Williams is one of those guys who don't really, fool with the industry. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a tough venture for him, but hopefully everything, works out. So shout out to Katt reaching back and, giving to the community. Let's see what y'all say. Puma Lee says, that's what's up. We definitely need Black characters and businesses to grow. Pam said, that's a good look for Katt. Yeah, I wish him the best of luck. I hope everything works out, because I can't imagine like buying a military base and trying to convert that over to like a studio. Like, that's insane. Like, that's crazy. See, Blue in here being funny. Blue's House says maybe Katt can get Umar to show him the ropes on getting the building up and running. You know what? We're not even going to go down the Dr. Umar lane. I was rooting for him. What did Tyra said? I was rooting for you, Umar. I was rooting. Thought you was going to do the right thing. He didn't do it. Sticking in the comedy lane. So the first trailer for Scary Movie 6 dropped, and reports are they're loving it. It's only dropped in theaters, and hopefully it should be released online pretty soon. Some of the movies it's supposed to be doing parodies of will be Sinners, Smile, Megan, Final Destination, Scream, Get Out, plus a lot more. I'm not a big comedy person. Like, I don't really like comedy like that, but I may go check it out. I always got to support the Wayans brothers, their entertainment legacy. They deserve all their flowers. So are y'all gonna watch Scary Movie 6? For some reason, I got lost. I feel like I seen Scary Movie 1 and 2. Then when we started getting to 3, 4, and 5, I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know what happened, but they're back. And Scary Movie 6 is coming out this summer. And you know what, y'all? We be talking like a lot of trash about Paramount. And trust me, I'm not a Paramount fan, but we be talking a lot of trash about Paramount, calling them MAGA. I mean, this is a black person movie. I mean, they're going to be poking fun at a lot of stuff. Not to go down the Paramount lane, but they also just gave Issa Rae a deal. They gave John Chu, the guy who did Wicked. I mean, he's Asian. They gave him a deal. So I mean, are they really MAGA? It seemed like they cool with DEI. So I guess we got to see what the future what the future holds, because a lot of us right now are a little scared about Paramount. We think they MAGA, but it seemed like they working with the blacks. They're working with the blacks for right now. The Magician says, I'm so for this. Xavier Phoenix says, I'm looking forward to Scary Movie 6 more than Scream 7. That's for sure. You know what? Scream 7 is not on my talking point. I didn't add it in here, but I just saw that Scream 7 has a franchise opening. Like it's going to have the biggest opening of the whole franchise. So, they went through a whole scenario where people was going to boycott it, but hey, they making money this weekend. Pam says, now, Tina, as long as MAGA is making money, they will work with the blacks.
Get paid, young here to get paid.
Ain't that what Trump say? The blacks. As long as they're making money, they'll work with the blacks. Bruh, as much as we hate Trump, he just be doing some funny ass shit. Like, god damn, why is that man so fucking crazy? All right, next up. Auntie Viola. All right. So Viola Davis is not slowing down at all, because she just tapped into her fantasy bag. And I'm actually kind of hyped for this one. She's developing an Afro fantasy graphic novel called The Untamed. And the story is set in this world called Asunda. Think medieval vibes, but blended with African history and mythology, which we really don't see a lot of it on a big scale. We're going to get a glimpse of that when we see Children of Blood and Bone. Is Children of Blood and Bone Paramount? Children of Blood and Bone is Paramount. You know that they be working with the blacks. Okay, back to Viola. So the story follows a character known as the Stranger, who pulls up to this lawless town called Oasis. And y'all already know that means chaos, power struggles, probably some deep lore behind who this person really is. Now, what I do like about Viola, she isn't just starring in this movie. She's producing it through Juvie Productions, which is her production company. So she's putting her money where her mouth is. All right. She ain't just she putting it up. She putting the money up. So you already know there's going to be intention behind the storytelling, especially after what she did with Woman King. I know a lot of people didn't like Woman King. I thought it was cool. I liked it. I didn't think it was bad. And let's be real. Hollywood has been lacking when it comes to investing in black fantasy worlds. Like, we get glimpses kind of here and there, but not full on epic universal building. And this could be one of those projects that, if they put a little budget and respect behind it. So hopefully this all goes well. My only question is, are they going to go all in on the visuals and world building, or is this going to be another situation where the concept is fire, but the execution kind of plays it safe? And, it depends on what studio gets it, because this right here, this can be something I can work with. We are always asking for black fantasy. So hopefully, somebody will pick this up and turn this to a production. So good luck to Auntie Viola Davis. Puma Lee just recast T'Challa Senior. We ain't even got the Black Panther. How we on recast T'Challa, Puma? How we there? We got to stay organized over here, y'all. Let's wait till we get to T'Challa to talk about T'Challa. Why we recasting him already? Lawrence says, have you heard about Trump RX or the Trump phone mess? I have not. I heard about Trump RX, but not the phone situation. Lawrence said, I watched The Woman King with Sony before CGI was added. They toned the grape stuff and some of the brutal kills. Yeah, man. Yeah, The Woman King was a lot. The Woman King was a lot. It was a lot. The Magician says, fantasy. I'm interested. Viola, I'm there. Okay, Auntie Viola. Xavier says, I'm down for Black fantasy content. Puma Lee says, this is what we need. Our own Black stories, studios, writers, producers, and directors. Man, we need money, man. We need money.
I like more than check.
Yeah, we got to have money. We can get all the talent together, but if we don't have capital, that's where we kind of get stuck at. Puma Lee says, Black Panther is my blood and bone. I respect that, Puma Lee. I really do. That's what I'm talking about. Ride for your king. Next up. All right. We found out a potential release date for the Vampire Lestat, and it looks like they're aiming for June 2026. Y'all should be watching the Vampire Lestat. Y'all should be watching the Interview the Vampire series. It is one of the best TV shows out since 2020. You know what I'm saying? I already did a video about it on my page if you guys want to check it out. But in this teaser, we found out that Lestat is a part of the Beehive. Yeah. In the teaser, we see him in a raffle trying to buy Beyonce Cowboy Carter tickets. Child, they're vampires in the goddamn Beehive. We always knew, but this was confirmation. You know what? I wonder what city of the Cowboy Carter tour that Lestat went to. I wonder if he dressed up like a cowboy. I always knew it was vampires in the Beehive. But anyway, if y'all want to really get into Interview with the Vampire, this series is on AMC Plus. Season 3 is coming out this summer. And if you are a part of the Beehive, okay, and if you watch Interview with the Vampire, you can go get a t-shirt from my store that says there's vampires in the hive, because there's vampires in the goddamn hive. There is. There's vampires in the Beehive. I always knew it. So if y'all want to get a t-shirt, check the link in the description and buy one, because there are vampires in the Beehive. So I just wanted to let everybody know that Lestat is a Beyonce fan. I wonder if Beyonce be watching Interview with the Vampire. She probably do. I bet she do. Let's check the comments. Puma Lee says Louis is dope. I love when I find out that there's other people watching Interview with the Vampire besides me. Okay. Lawrence says, I will wait until it drops on Netflix. Too many streaming services. Lawrence, season 1 and season 2 is on Netflix. Go watch it. Duke says, save this one for Major's part, but do you have any behind the scenes info on how people really feel about Majors in the industry? I'm going to save that. We're going to come back to this. Let me pin that. I'm catching up. We'll come back to that. Oh, Lawrence said he already saw the first 2. Okay. I'm so happy it's other Interview with the Vampire fans here. It's one of the best TV shows out. All right, next up. Oh, Jesus. Matter of fact, let me go back one. I don't want to talk about Paramount yet. Let's go here. All right, so we got to talk about this Mortal Kombat 2 trailer real quick, because listen, y'all, I am not like fully sold on this Johnny Cage casting. Like, yes, Carl Urban, he's a solid actor. We see him do his thing on The Boys, but Johnny Cage, y'all, I don't like it. It's not clicking for me. I do not like this man as Johnny Cage, and I think the biggest issue is he just feels a little too seasoned for the role. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Cage is supposed to have this cocky Hollywood pretty boy energy, that flashy, arrogant, I'm him type energy. And in this trailer, that ain't what we getting. In this trailer, it's giving more grizzled veteran than rising action star. And it just throws me off. It just throws me off. It just like it just throws me off. Now, what I will say is the trailer itself, they definitely listened to the fans this time, because one thing is we're finally getting the actual tournament, like the real Mortal Kombat structure that the first movie kind of danced around. And I'm not gonna lie, that alone already makes me feel like this sequel is a step up from the original. And of course, they're clearly positioning Johnny Cage as a major focus this time. Like, he's not just a side character, he's front and center. I don't like it. This tone and vibe is more so like my style versus Street Fighter. Street Fighter Street Fighter was a little bit too on the nose for me, kind of campy, kind of lighter. Mortal Kombat, little darker, more my energy. But I think it's great that Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter feel different. Like, we're getting two different types of video game movies this year, and I think that's good. I think that's good for the movie industry. I think that's good for these people that are fans of these video games. I was back in the day, like when they first came out. I ain't been keeping up with it over the past 30 years, but um, I think this is gonna be a good year for movies, man. We got a lot of stuff coming out, but are y'all gonna go check out the Mortal Kombat movie? Have y'all seen the trailer? Is this something y'all gonna be rocking with? Y'all let me know. All right. Lawrence says he seems like a good fit for Kano. Yeah. Yeah. He could have been Kano. Lawrence said Jade need a wig. I mean, I guess. Puma Lee says if they show his daughter, then Johnny Cage makes sense. I just, I'ma deal with it. It's nothing I could do. I'll be there, child. I'll be there. All right. Paramount. Looks like Paramount has outbid Netflix, and they will be taking over Warner Brothers. And to be honest, y'all, I know this is a hot topic, y'all. To be honest, I really don't care. I really
care. Okay. I really don't give a
I don't care. Like, these are rich people games. I'm only sad that a lot of people are gonna be losing their jobs. There's less studios for creatives to pitch their work to. I think now more than ever, independent media will be more important than ever, because with Paramount having access to some more of the left leaning or liberal news stations like CNN, I mean, they can control the narrative. So I think you'll be seeing a boom in podcasts and YouTubers. Like, we already see people like Don Lemon reporting news on YouTube. So I think you'll start seeing a lot of these reporters really embracing YouTube and covering news that way. I saw on the news today that reports are going around that a lot of people at CNN are nervous for their jobs, man, because when mergers like this, people lose their jobs. And I'm from the South, and CNN is big down in Atlanta. It employs a lot of people. So you even got the city of Atlanta a little nervous, like, okay, damn, what is this going to do to all these people that are about to lose jobs? What is this going to do to the economy? So um I don't have a lot to say about this, because it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But then on the second hand, like I was saying earlier, it seems like they are open to working with Black creators or people of color, Hispanic people, Asian people. John Chu got a deal. They also did the Noah's Ark. Y'all probably don't watch that, but it's like an old TV show about gay boys. I was surprised Paramount did that. So I don't know how like anti DEI they are. Kind of like y'all was saying earlier, when it comes to money, people will play ball with anybody for money. So we just got to kind of see how all this plays out. Congress might shut all this shit down. Congress might say, nope, not doing it. So who knows? A lot of this stuff is up in the air. I always thought Paramount was going to end up getting this, because one thing you can say is he didn't give up. It was getting aggravating every day. We saw on Twitter that he was constantly, trying to get Warner Brothers. Like he really, really wanted to get it. So I always felt like Paramount was gonna find a way to sneak in here and get this business. I think Netflix did the right thing. Netflix is like, hey man, we gonna go ahead and tap out. Netflix wanted to pay Warner Brothers like 85 or 86 billion, if I remember correctly. Paramount is offering them 110 or 111. A lot of fucking money. A lot of fucking money. They are getting ready to absorb. First off, Paramount is already in debt. Now they're finna buy Warner Brothers, absorb their debt. And Paramount just isn't lucrative. So I don't even see this holding up long term. I give this 10 years. I give it 10 years. If this deal goes through, Paramount will start selling stuff off because they just don't have the capital to really keep this stuff going. And as sad as it is to say, the movie theater business, we want to keep it going. We all love it, but it's just going down slowly but surely. So I don't think Paramount is going to hold this for a long haul. That's why I think Netflix went on ahead and tapped out. Netflix probably said, hey man, they gonna need me in about 10 years. So y'all go ahead and take it. We'll come back in 10 years and start buying some of these parts up. So I think Netflix made the best decision, for their company. As far as movies go, and especially the DCU, I think whoever ends up buying the studio, I do think James Gunn will be okay for the time being. He seems like a company man to me. He seems like whoever's in office, he gonna play ball. That's how I feel about James Gunn. I feel like he's very moldable. That whoever's running the business, he seems like a guy who could walk into the executive office and tell a bunch of lies. He seemed like he'll go in there and say, yeah, I'm gonna do whatever y'all want, then get on the stage and do whatever the fuck he wants. So I think James Gunn is gonna be okay for the time being. He do got to get some hits on the board because right now, it's a little rough. But my question is, if this deal does go through, am I gonna have to download Paramount Plus to watch HBO stuff? Like, oh my god, this is like aggravating. I was just getting used to the idea of HBO being inside of Netflix. I was like, okay, I can deal with that. I can work with that. But now we might be watching HBO inside of Paramount. That's ghetto. That's ghetto. Like, what?
What? Yeah. Man, look at man, hell no.
Like, I'm gonna be watching HBO inside of Paramount. They need to reverse that shit. They need to reverse that. They need to put Paramount inside of HBO. Like, use your brand recognition. HBO is the brand. HBO is the brand. Don't make me have to download Paramount Plus and watch HBO in there. Y'all know what's crazy? I think I even have Paramount Plus. I don't even watch it. Don't even watch it. But we'll just keep following this saga, man. We'll see where it goes. This is one thing I'll say. He did not give up. He said he was gonna get this company, and he got it. Unless Congress shuts it down. Let's check the comments out. Puma Lee says, as long as we have movies and Warner Brother games. X Jadix says, MAGA Mount, I doubt much changes for the movies at the start. CNN is the real prize to impact the midterms. I don't think this is gonna go through before the midterms. This is a long way. They got a long way to go. I see this taking a year. This time next year, and the midterms is this year, right? Wait, when is the midterms? Why am I going crazy? Hold on. Midterms is this year, right? I'm not going crazy. Yeah, midterms are this year. This deal isn't going to be done by then. The Magician says Noah's Ark was my shit. Mine too. I loved it. Lauren says, do you see what they're doing on TikTok? I have a TikTok page. I post over there, but I'm not really active. I be riding over here with on YouTube. Xavier says, as long as Paramount continues to work with my people for the bag, I'm not too messed up over it. Just don't like less studios having content. Yeah. Yeah. Lauren says, that's Joffrey, Tina. Just wait. That nigga Joffrey. Oh, Jesus. JD Informant says, what up, folks? What up? Jay says, James Gunn is done. Damn. The magician says, see, this is already too much. Oh, gosh. Torian said, good evening, Tina. He comes in so proper. Good evening, Tina. Just say what up, Torian. What up, Torian? Y'all make sure if you're into like a lot of like legal cases, like, you know, black stuff, go over there and check out the homie Torian. He be on it. All right. What we got next? I think we got Jonathan Majors next. Okay. Yep, we gonna cover John. Oh, Jonathan Majors. So Jonathan Majors is getting back in the film, and he's partnering with an unlikely producer in Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, all these people have some of the same ideals and practices and beliefs. So to hear that Jonathan Majors is doing a film with this guy is kind of weird. It's kind of weird, y'all. It's kind of weird. So this is what Deadline is saying. The title, plot, and other cast are being kept under wraps for now, but the story is said to be in the vein of 80s and 90s action movies, Red Dawn and Toy Soldiers, which were both about a group of teenage boys who had to band together to defeat invading enemies. Let's take a look at what Ben Shapiro had to say about the Jonathan Majors casting.
Well, folks, you may have seen this rumor that we here at Daily Wire are working with Jonathan Majors on a new movie. And that rumor is absolutely true. Yeah, I know, there are a lot of people on the left, on X, and they're very upset about this. There's lots of tweets. Okay, here's the deal, you whiny little bitches. We don't care, because Jonathan Majors was canceled all the way back in 2023. We are ecstatic to bring him back. He's unbelievably talented. And if you're upset now, wait until you see this film. Your heads are going to explode. Like, actually maybe explode. It's pretty spectacular stuff that we're doing. That's what we do here at Daily Wire. We fight the fight. We need your help to continue to fight in the culture and to win and to do the thing no one else will do. So please, come join us here at DailyWirePlus.com. Join the fun.
What the fuck type of culture he talking about? Like, what culture? Like what culture? Like, I need to know what culture I'm supporting. Like, what culture am I helping fight for the culture? I don't know, nephew John. I don't know, nephew John. I don't know, John. I don't know. In my opinion, this ain't a win for nobody. Nobody is winning in this. I was looking at the comments on Ben Shapiro's page, since they're all super MAGA over there, right? And they're in the comments like, why are you teaming up with him? He's a woman beater. So you're getting it from the MAGA side. And then you have black folks like, Jonathan, what are you doing? Okay, so who's winning in this? Like, who is getting the W out of this? Like, I don't see how anybody wins in this situation. So I just don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see what Harvey over at TMZ has to say. Dre Mac played this clip earlier, so if you have to watch it again, I'm sorry. But for everybody that wasn't on Dre Mac's chat, let's see what Harvey at TMZ has to say about Jonathan Majors.
Congratulations to Jonathan Majors. He is back shooting movies. He is shooting a movie in South Carolina right now. This is after a 4-year kind of not self-imposed hiatus, you know, after the trial with his ex-girlfriend. I'm going to say it again. Jonathan Majors got screwed by Hollywood because he won that trial. If you remember, his ex-girlfriend said that Jonathan had assaulted her in a vehicle, inside a vehicle in the back seat. I think it was an Uber. He won that case. But Hollywood is so skittish that they basically banished him. He's back. And he's a big star. And I got to say, I always thought that Hollywood screwed him. Jonathan Majors, I talked to him this morning, and he was going to come on TMZ Live to talk about the film and to talk about how great it is to be back and all. His agent at the William Morris Endeavor Agency said, oh, no, bad idea, don't do it. And I just think that, as soon as I heard it, I just laughed. And I said, Jonathan, I want to talk about this. And he was cool with me talking about it. But it's just so funny the way this town works. Agents, I think, are so tone deaf to the realities of Hollywood and the world. And, the idea of Jonathan Majors coming on and, talking about how good it is to be back in the movie business. Especially, look, he knows how I feel about this case because I talked about this case before. I think it's great that he's back. I don't think he should have left. And the William Morris Endeavor Agency said, oh, no, don't do it. These are not people who understand media. They may understand television, they may understand film, but they have such a lack of knowledge of the way media works. And I just wanted to kind of share that with you because we don't talk about it that much, but it just seems so absurd to me. And he kind of just threw his hands up because, he doesn't want to piss off his agency, but so tone deaf, so ridiculous.
The fans want him back. His firing, as you said, had huge repercussions. I mean, Marvel had to rework everything when they let him go, and they let him go immediately. People are excited about this role. I have to assume his agent is worried that if we get him back in the press too soon, it's going to dredge up some sort of bad, some sort of bad juju maybe. But they want him back. He is back. Let him come on and promote it. Let us help him celebrate this moment.
Or how about just, hey, Jonathan Majors can talk about what it feels like to be back. That's a good story.
That's a great story, and I think a lot of people would like to hear it.
Hey, William Morris Endeavor. That's a good story.
And even though I'm nosy, y'all know I'm nosy. I want to hear what he has to say. So y'all know I want to know. But his PR team did the right goddamn thing because they got to figure out a way to roll this out in a way that makes sense. This is what I'll say. Play devil's advocate. The man wants to work. He has a kid and a wife. Most men want to provide, and he probably feels like this is the only job available to me, so I'm going to take it. Problem, John, is when you got with Megan Good, you went on this whole PR campaign about Black love, Blackness, Black men, mental health, Black mental health, just to pivot over to MAGA. I don't see how you flip this shit around. I do not see how you flip this shit around. I don't see how this movie benefits anybody. You may have the best movie of a lifetime, but people are not going to watch it. They're not going to watch it because once again, Jonathan Majors has stepped into controversy. And you didn't have to do this. You didn't have to do this. And I understand movies get stuck in development hell. But what the fuck is going on with the 52 Blocks movie with Charlamagne? Like, where that one at? Like, why we ain't talking about that one? Why we ain't talking about that one? And when people say these entertainers sell their soul, this is an example because you are going against every fiber in your black ass body to make a few dollars to partner up with Ben Shapiro. I'd rather you and Megan Good sit at home and make TikTok videos. I'd rather him and Megan Good sit at home and make TikTok videos and YouTube videos and ask for super chat. I'd rather you do that. I would give you a super chat. I'd rather him do that. And Megan Good also did a video, and she's your wife. She's going to support you no matter what. She already has a slight scarlet letter on her for getting involved with you around the time of the incident. And now she has to explain to everybody why her husband is doing a movie with Captain MAGA. Who child? Who child? Who child? This is the selling your soul. And listen, I don't even want to make this all about Jonathan Majors, because I feel like probably at some point in time, we all have sold our soul. We all have went to a job where we know we don't want to do that shit. Or we all have a boss that we know, like we don't want to do it, but fucking rents do. Or I'm hungry. Or I got to get groceries. We all probably have been in a situation where it's like, I got to go to this fucking job that I hate just to pay the rent. So I do understand that. Like, I do get it. But me morally, like, my moral compass sometimes just can't be compromised. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. I worked for a job maybe about 6, 7, 8 years ago. Probably the best place I ever worked in my life. I was making great money. Probably the best company I ever worked for in my life. Something happened with me and one of the managers, and it just didn't rub me the right way. I slept on it for a weekend and I walked in and I quit. Like, that's how strict my moral compass is when it comes to certain things. Like, I'm just not gonna let you play in my fucking face. I'm just not. I'm not gonna let you play in my face. I just can't do it. But also, I'm not a man. I don't have kids, so I can't say the pressure that he's feeling to have to provide. I just hate that it's come to this. I wish he had other avenues. I wish, like I said, him and Megan Good could have sat their ass up on YouTube and did a fucking podcast and probably made some money. Like, I know YouTubers that are making money on YouTube. I'm talking about 10, 15, $20,000 a month. Solid money. Like, it's not millions like he was previously making, but I'd rather him do that than to go over there and parlay over there with Ben Shapiro, because one, the whites don't like this shit because they think you be the white one. Okay? They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. And then you were already skating on thin ice with black women. Black women, we like to spend money. We want to see you at the movies, but you were skating on thin ice, and then you tried to get a little bit better with Megan Good. And this just kind of made it worse. And then I'm going to say something y'all ain't going to like. Y'all can say people support Jonathan Majors, but people didn't go out and watch Magazine Dreams. They didn't go watch it. So I don't think this is going to be any better. I don't think he should have did this. But like I said, once again, I'm not going to judge that man, because once again, I'm not a man and I don't have kids. So I don't know what I would do if I had a child I had to provide for. I just wish there was another way. Hopefully he lands on his feet. I don't see how you even come out and talk about this. Like, what the fuck do you say? What do you say? What do you say when they say, Ben Shapiro said such and such 2 years ago? How do you feel like working with a man like that? Like, how do you answer that? Do you say, oh, well, I believe politics are different. I'm just here to do a job, blah, 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 blah. Or do you go the victim route and say, hey, man, wasn't nobody else hiring me? I had to do what I had to do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But let me go back to the original comment I was supposed to answer from somebody from earlier. Where is it at? Let me see if I can find it. All right. So I'm going to put this up. So this is coming from Duke. He says, save this one for Majors, but do you have any behind the scenes info on how people really feel about Majors in the industry? Nobody else could give him a job. So this is what I'll say, y'all. I know people in the industry. And when I say I know people in the industry, I mean, like, these people are like these my friends. These my homies. So I ain't never called and asked nobody about how people feel about Jonathan Majors. And when it comes to like getting scoops and stuff, I don't really like calling people asking for information because I don't want people to feel like, oh, you just calling me to get tea. So I've never called to ask anybody about what the Jonathan Majors situation is. A person that y'all can ask because he, he's a little bit more closely related to that situation. But what I will say is, this situation is tough because let's say hypothetically, all right, walk with me. Let's say you are Will Packer or Antoine Fuqua, or I'm trying to think of somebody outside of Tyler Perry. Let's say you're Issa Rae, Will Packer, Antoine Fuqua, and you have this idea for a movie, right? Let's say that. Let's say these people want Jonathan Majors. They say, hey, I want Jonathan Majors in the leading role. You then have to take this movie to Warner Brothers, Netflix, Paramount, who am I missing? Disney, and say, hey, this is the movie I want. I want Jonathan Majors to be the leading man. Most of these studios are probably going to say, hell no. So I don't want to say that there are people that are not trying, because there probably are people who are trying. Like, did y'all see what happened when Michael B. Jordan came out? This was right around the time before Magazine Dreams dropped. Michael B. Jordan came out and said, when I do Creed 4, I'm going to work with Jonathan Majors. People got upset. Michael, why would you work with an abuser? Michael, why would you do this? Michael, like, why would you associate yourself? So I don't think like these black creatives are shunning him. It's just when we don't own shit, when we can't create our own movies and produce them and put them out without Netflix, HBO, Warner Brothers, Paramount, it's hard. So I'm going to speculate that there probably has been people who wanted to work with Jonathan Majors, but when they go sit down in that room full of the whites, they probably say, no, find somebody else, not him. So I do believe he has been blackballed. I think he has the opportunity to come back. It just can't be in a leading role. You know what I'm saying? They got to find a way to kind of bring him in, playing something supporting. So I don't want to say that people are not trying, because I was on Dre Max stream, and I was on Pantheon too, and they was like, I think this is more indicative of like the black creators not reaching out to him. I think they probably are. You just kind of get told no. And if you don't have the money, if you don't have the distribution to put the movie up yourself, your movie not getting made. That's just the reality. That's the reality of it. So that's why Tyler Perry is kind of vital, in this game, because Tyler Perry does have the infrastructure to do what he wants to do. But at the end of the day, Tyler Perry is a boss, but he still has a boss, because let's say he has a TV show coming out and he wants Jonathan Majors to star in it. He still has to go to Paramount, because Paramount owns Viacom, and says, this is the movie I want to do. I want Jonathan Majors to star in it. And they might say, hell no. They might say, hell no. Tyler Perry still has to get his movies to Netflix. Tyler Perry still has to get his movies to BET. Tyler Perry still has to get his movies to Lionsgate. We all got a boss somewhere to get our shit out. And so no matter how hard they try, somebody could say no. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens with Creed 4. We'll see what happens because Michael B. Jordan says he wants him to do Creed 4. By then, kind of like S. Jaddick says, by the time Creed 4 comes out, Creed was made under Warner Brothers. Paramount will then own Warner Brothers at that time. Maybe Ben Shapiro can call his homies, his MAGA homies at Paramount, and say, hey, man, Jonathan Majors is good. Let him be in Creed 4. And boom, bam, he's in Creed. I don't know. So, I don't want to say that these black creators are not trying to help him, because they may be. They just probably get told no. So now you have somebody like Ben Shapiro, who's like, we'll just put out this little indie movie and we'll do it ourselves. So that's the game. Let's take a look at some of y'all comments. I can't read them all. It's a lot. Y'all are talking in here. I appreciate the engagement for sure. Let's see. She said, Black Hollywood broke my heart. We can't take care of our own. I honestly think they probably have been trying, honestly. Puma Lee says, I would rather him do Children of Blood and Bone instead. Maybe he can get in the sequel if the sequel does good. Billy is waiting, said they're married. Yeah, him and Megan Good are married for sure. The magician says it's too much. All right, Dan the Man says, re-educate me. Didn't Ben look out for Gina? All I know about Ben is that he does a podcast. Forgive me if I sound green, but we don't like him. Ben Shapiro is Ben Shapiro is like a Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump variant. He a variant. He a MAGA spinoff. Cause the thing about Ben Shapiro is MAGA, but he also don't like some of the stuff MAGA be doing. So he'll call MAGA out. But yeah, Ben Shapiro has some very extreme talking points about Black people, DEI, how smart are we? How educated are we? Like all that stuff. Lawrence said he could have hit up Zeus and asked them to make a scripted division and act in that. He has so many options. The problem is Zeus is a business. To get all that stuff put together costs money. So either Jonathan Majors and Megan Good needs to put up the bulk of the money and Zeus can host it. Or if I'm Zeus, do I want to invest in a Jonathan Majors project that maybe nobody is going to watch? Because once again, Zeus invested in Magazine Dreams. Nobody watched it. Zeus said, what I'm going to continue investing is these women beating each other up. People like to watch that. That's the truth. Billy is waiting said, yeah, Ben Shapiro's racist. Old Dog said, I didn't even know who Ben was till now. Oh, wow. This is crazy. Go look him up. He's a MAGA variant. Oh, Jesus. Lawrence said, podcast, Tyler Perry movie, no excuse. I don't know. Torian says, I know a PR move when I see it. Xavier says, I really hope Jonathan Majors pivots out of this unscathed. The good thing about this is, let me tell you the good thing about all this. This movie is probably going to be so small and unknown, nobody probably won't even care about it. This is what I'm scared of. And this is why you have to be careful when you start playing ball with people like this. I am scared that they're going to make this movie and Ben Shapiro and the production company is going to be insistent that Jonathan Majors goes on a press run, right? So the question is, are you going to do press with a Black audience? And we're going to ask you the hard questions. We're going to say, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? Or are they going to make him do press with the MAGA crew? And then you're going to have to answer to them people and they're going to want to know why the hell you was dating a white woman and why you beat her up. Because no matter what the truth is, they think he beat her up. So the magician says, could it be possible that this is just who these people are? These are the parts they choose to play. Could be. Sheem says, I seen Magazine Dreams in theaters. I liked it up until the third act. Magazine Dreams was solid. Xavier says he's far too talented not to do the things he loved. But this is my thing. This is the great thing about being in 2026. All he needs is a camera. All he needs is a camera. You got, and I don't want to, compare him to somebody like Drewski, but you have people like Drewski and Country Wayne sitting on the internet all day making skits, making money. So if you love acting, set your camera up and you and Megan star in this whole love series, get your homies together and act like you are a brand new actor and you grinding from the bottom to the top and you put your own blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to, wasn't we talking about that earlier with Katt Williams? Sometimes you just got to bet on yourself. And it's hard. It's hard. I know it's hard, but sometimes you just got to do that. Like there's other ways. The Magician says maybe do some horror projects. Yeah, I think he'll be dope in horror. Sheen says, isn't it crazy that he got blackballed and his ex-girlfriend just got to move on with her life? I think they both probably have trials and tribulations ahead of themselves. Stamina says, London calling. How it goes, Miss LockLair? Hey, Stamina. Jay says the only reason Tyler Perry isn't calling is because of his body, but because he's not white enough to sleep with. Oh, Jesus. I'm not going to do that by Unc Tyler. And Johnny says, isn't Creed made under Amazon MGM? Yes, but I want to say Warner Brothers handled the distribution. Let's double check. Creed 3. Let's double check. Yeah, so it's so Warner Brothers and MGM partnered together to do the distribution. Kendall says, what up, Tina? What up, Kendall? Collective Strain says, I feel like it's a scheme. That's how I said. Oh, yeah. I feel like this is all a scheme that Todd set up. Because why is you doing this? What the fuck is going on? What is going on this week, y'all? What is going on? Oh, let's see what else. The Magician says a MAGA variant is so accurate. Kendall says, I'm not liking the vibes of this move. Collector's Rain said, do the Wonder Man script in real life for sure. Sheem says, wasn't he supposed to play Dennis Rodman? He lost all of that. I think Lakeith Stanfield is doing that role now. So yes, when he got charged, he lost pretty much almost all of his roles. So Lakeith Stanfield is going to do the Dennis Rodman movie now. Yep. John, you know, we're going to wish you the best. I hope this works out. But I feel like it's a scheme that Todd set up to come to you with the bullshit.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bullshit.
That's how I feel. I feel like it is a motherfucking scheme. Yeah, I feel like this is a humiliation ritual. Cause what is you doing? Like, how you finna explain this? How you finna explain this, sir? How you finna explain this? All right, we're gonna move on from John. Good luck to the brother. I hope everything works out for him. I'm praying for him and Megan Good's union. I can only imagine how it is, you know, wanting to provide and, you know, work is dried up. It's tough. My sympathies go to him. Good luck. Don't let Ben Shapiro and them folks over at MAGA play in your face. Not for no coin. If he ain't making, if Jonathan Majors ain't making $10 million, I don't know. I hope you ain't doing this for like $250,000, $250,000. Like, please at least be doing this for like $10 million. And I don't think they're giving you $10 million. I just don't think they're doing it. I just don't think they're doing it. All right, y'all. We're going to hit a commercial break. I'm going to go get some water. And then we are going to talk about XFiles. We're going to talk about the BAFTA situation. Then we're going to go over the Marvel stuff. And then we're going to be done. So I will be right back. Give me 3 minutes. I'm going to go get some water. And I'll be back.
Welcome to the movie Lair. Lights low, screens glow, real news in the air. Welcome to the movie Lair. From Marvel to DC, every frame gets shared. Welcome to the movie Lair. No cap, no no spin, just cinema flare. If it's film or TV, yeah, you know we there. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Yeah. Welcome to the movie Lair. Yeah. Welcome to the movie Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping it square. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Lights low, screens glow, real news in the air. Welcome to the movie Lair. From Marvel to DC, every frame gets shared. Welcome to the movie Lair. No cap, no spin, just cinema flair. If it's film or TV, yeah, you know we there. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping it square. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping it square. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Yeah. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the movie Lair. Lights low, screen glow, real news in the air. Welcome to the movie Lair. From Marvel to DC, every frame is there. Welcome to the movie Lair. No cap, no spin, just cinema slab. It's full TV, ain't no we air. Welcome to the movie Lair. Welcome to the Lair. Welcome to the Lair. We report the facts and the rumors, just keeping this plan out. Welcome to the movie Lair.
All right, y'all. I'm back from the break. Appreciate y'all for bearing with me. I had to get some water. You know, when you be talking shit, you know, you gotta stay parked. All right, let's talk about XFiles. All right, so we have some updates on Ryan Coogler's XFiles project. We talked about this a couple months ago, that there was rumors that Danielle Deadweiler may be his leading lady.
Allegedly. The lawyer lady up there in the booth is telling me to say allegedly.
Well, it's been confirmed. Danielle Deadweiler is the leading lady. Okay. We don't know who her co-star is going to be. So I do think that's interesting. I wonder who she's going to be paired up with. You know what I don't see a lot of? Of course, we would like to have two black leads. You know, that's what we would love to see. But a lot of times we see a black woman with a white male co-star. I don't see a lot of the black women, you know, paired up with the Latinos or the Asians. That could be, you know, we might can look into that a little bit. We might can look into that. Now, this is what I say. If we gonna do a black lead, I say we could do a little Yaya Mateen, you know, Aaron Pierre, Reggae Jean, Mr. Noel, you know, Trevante Rose, Kelvin Harris, Kingsley Benedict. We got some people. We got some folks. You know what I'm saying? We got some men who'll look good next to her and can act. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be the casting director. I have all the fine. Look, she'll have her fine man standing next to her. But yeah, we got a bunch of black men we could choose from who could stand up next to Danielle Deadweiler. So if it's not gonna be a black co-star, okay, there are some Hispanic or Asian prospects out there. You know, we don't get to see that combo a lot. We don't get to see a lot of black women with an Asian or an Hispanic co-star. So let me tell y'all, if we're gonna go the Asian route, okay, we could go a little Henry Golding. We could go a little Simu Liu. Okay, we could look at a little Shang-Chi. Charles Melton, Jacob. Look, Jacob, I don't know. If y'all go back and watch Bad Boys, he was Will's son in Bad Boys 3. How many Bad Boys is out? Is it 4? I don't goddamn know. But yeah, we could go Asians. We could pair her up with a nice little Asian man. We could do that too. Or we can go Hispanic or Latino. We could go Hispanic or Latino. I don't think he'll do it, but she could rock and roll next to Oscar Isaac, Jarrell Jerome. Hell, throw Pedro Pascal in there. He the hardest working Latino or Hispanic that I know. Pedro take the role. Hell, Anthony Ramos, Tanak Huerta. Let's get creative. Let's add some flavor to the X-Files. Let's let the minorities go out there hunting down aliens and shit. You know, let's do something a little different. You know what I'm saying? We could do something a little different. But who do y'all think will be a good co-star for Danielle Deadweiler? I mean, this could have been something Jonathan Majors could have been in. You know what I'm saying? But once again, would Disney allow it? Would Hulu allow it? Who knows? I'm pretty sure Ryan Coogler likes working with talented people. This is one of those projects where, you know, you might want to look at them, but Disney might be like, hell no. So I don't know. Now, the setup for the X-Files sounds familiar, but a little fresh. So it's going to be 2 FBI agents, completely different vibes, completely different, forced to work together, reopening the X-Files division and investigating all that weird paranormal, what's really going on type cases. Okay. Coogler has been hinting at a more diverse cast and a modern take. So this could feel less like nostalgia grab and more like a full reimagining of this world. And in this new woke time frame, I don't know how people gonna feel about this. People see color on screen. People will claim they don't see color, but goddamn it, you see 2 black people doing the X-Files, these people gonna lose their damn mind. They're gonna throw temper tantrums. I honestly wish Coogler would have pitched an original project, because these people be loving they old shows, and they like for stuff to stay the same. Now, they could bring like the 2 old leads back, you know, from the OG season, and let them do like maybe 1 or 2 episodes showing that maybe they're the head of the division or senators in Congress or something, just to kind of keep the connectivity going and to pacify some of the people who are going to be pissed off about this. But we'll just see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? We'll see how it goes. This X-Files project is a part of that big deal he signed a few years ago after Black Panther. Disney gave Ryan Coogler, they just opened up and gave him a lot of money.
I like more than check.
They gave him the green light to do whatever the hell he wants. So far, since he signed that deal, he's done Wakanda Forever, the Hurricane Katrina documentary, Ironheart, Eyes of Wakanda, X-Files, and then Black Panther 3 is up next. Ryan will write and direct the pilot, and he's picked Jennifer Yale. She's the lady in the bottom right corner. She's going to be the showrunner. So he'll be producing this with his same production company, Sev, his homeboy, and his wife Zinzi with Proximia Media. This is essentially a pilot development deal with Hulu. So Coogler is essentially going to direct, produce, write the pilot. Hulu will look at it, test it with audience, and if they like it, you know, they'll greenlight a full season. So we'll see what happens with this X-Files project. Let's take a look at the comments. Billy is Waiting says, is X-Files kind of like Law and Order? Kinda. Every week they're working on like a different little paranormal case. Sometimes it's dealing with aliens, sometimes it's dealing with ghosts, monsters. So yeah. Puma Lee says X-Files was my show. Shang-Chi would be interesting. Yeah, would be interesting. The Magician said, period. Collector's Reign says Tyreek Withers. I want Tyreek Withers to keep working. If y'all don't know who that is, that's the kid from Him. But he's a little bit younger than Danielle Deadweiler. I feel like she needs someone, because these are supposed to be like FBI agents. Tyreek Withers, nah. It got to be somebody like 35 plus. Somebody a little bit more mature, you know, stand next to her. Parn says, is Coogler just handling everything, like writing and producing for the X-Files, or will he be directing? It sounds like Coogler is producing, so he'll be in charge of hiring. He'll probably direct and write 1 or 2 episodes, and he'll let the showrunner, let other people get involved. Stamina says reimagining sounds good to me. I like the reimagining of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It bore very little resemblance to the original, but was strong in its own right. But just maybe. Yep. The Magician says yes. An original project in the vein of Fringe and X-Files would have been better. Yeah, for sure. JD Informant said the first episode is going to be about the ghost of Epstein Island. That's not funny. Let me stop because people really got hurt. That was a funny little jokey joke. All right, let's move on. We are going to talk about this whole BAFTA situation, and I'm not even going to spend a lot of time on it because I felt like as the days went on, I started to feel like people was gaslighting me, and as the days went on, we started to realize that all of this shit was a scheme that Todd set up.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
Yeah, it was a scheme. So for everybody that's been living under a rock, quick recap. So the whole crew from Sinners were at the BAFTA Awards, which is essentially like the British Oscars. There was a gentleman there by the name of John Davison, and he suffers from Tourette's. Tourette's is essentially involuntarily like movements of your body. Sometimes you can shout things out. Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were presenting on the stage, and as soon as they got up there, John Davidson's Tourette's kicks in and he shouts out the N-word. He was like,
Nigga!
Yeah, that's what he said. Not only did he say nigga, he said nigga bitch. What? He didn't just call him the N-word. He said nigga bitch. He called him a bitch ass nigga. That is some crazy shit. That is crazy. Now, I did a video and I said, I feel like nobody was protected there because not only did he call Mike and Delroy N-words, later in that night, he called Hannah Beachler, and somebody else racial slurs. Hannah Beachler, she was one of the production designers for Sinners. She's worked on almost every single Ryan Coogler project with him. So the whole cast and crew from Sinners was just getting hit with racial slurs left and right. They said he was just walking around like this.
Nigga!
All night. Hannah Beachler said she went up to get a drink from the bar and he was like,
Nigga!
Just shouting them. They was just flying left and right, just N-words everywhere. Now, after the incident took place about 24 hours later, it was no longer about John Davison because the first day after the incident, he didn't apologize to anybody, to any of the N-words. He didn't apologize to any of the blacks. So I was kind of over it then when he didn't come out day one and apologize because in his movie, per Stamina, somebody's friend told John Davison, you don't ever have to apologize for your Tourette's. Okay, cool. I get it. You don't have to apologize. My problem is no longer with John Davison. My problem is with the award ceremony because we found out that not only did he be yelling out racial slurs, they put a microphone in front of him. So y'all knew he had the ability to yell out racial stuff, homophobic stuff, profanity. Y'all knew this would happen, and y'all put a microphone in front of him. And I feel like they set it up that way because when all of this backlash started to happen, instead of anybody apologizing, the BAFTAs, the BBCs, the guy, instead of people apologizing, they just started talking about the goddamn movie. They just started talking about the movie. Yeah, we know y'all mad about the word, but maybe if y'all go watch the movie, y'all will understand why Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo and Hannah were.
Nigga!
Yeah, if y'all watch the movie, y'all will know why he said that. If y'all go watch the movie tells y'all that he yells racial slurs all the time. Go watch the movie. Can we watch the movie after somebody apologizes? Like, I ain't saying apologize about the disability. Don't apologize about your disability. Cool. Just say my bad for saying that word up there, because the award show put him in a situation where they tried to benefit off of his disability because y'all knew he was going to say some wild stuff, and y'all put a microphone in front of him. The award show cut off all of the homophobic and profane things that he said throughout the night, but y'all left up the N-word. Y'all left that in. I don't know why. They left it up for 24 hours. You know why they left it up? Because
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
it was a scheme. This was all PR and press for that goddamn movie. This was a scheme that Todd set up. And every time a press release was put out, it was like, see, this is why you need to go watch the movie because he can't help himself. Got it. Okay, cool. So why did nobody set up proper accommodations for him? Because now he's saying, now the man who said the N-word, now he coming out blaming the award show. He's like, I don't know why the hell they put a mic in front of me anyway. They know I be saying wild shit. Now he blaming them. And I don't blame him because I would blame them too. Now he done flipped on them like, hey, it's their fault. They shouldn't have put the mic in front of me. They know I be calling people niggas. And there were people there at the award show and said, listen, yeah, they told us like there may be interruptions throughout the show. He may shout some things, but they ain't tell us he was going to be saying the N-word. We ain't know about that. So I feel like that award show did not protect anybody that night. They wanted to benefit off of Black people's pain and outrage with that word, and they used it as a way to highlight this movie and the disability. And I feel like everybody lost. There was no winners. It was just awful. It was just awful. And that's all I have to say about the situation. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it because I did a video on my page. And like I said, all week I felt like people was gaslighting me like, see, you don't understand. You don't understand Tourette's. I get it. I get that he got Tourette's. I don't get why there was a microphone put in front of the person that got Tourette's and can say crazy stuff. That's what I didn't understand. Crazy. It's Black History Month. Let's check the comments. The magician said it was some BS. Billy said the hard R. Stamina said that's skit. Billy said people been on BAFTA's neck. Billy said the mic in front of him is crazy. That's what he said. Jay said, I would say F that. He should have apologized. Billy said, apparently he also did a homophobic slur, but that was edited out. That's what I'm saying. Y'all cut out the other stuff, but y'all left the N-word up. Y'all know people was going to get mad. The magician says you can have Tourette's and be racist too. Oh, and I can chew bubblegum and walk at the same time. Stamina said the BAFTAs and the BBC sold everybody out for a few news cycles. Most of all, they sold us out because they know Black outrage is more than Bitcoin. Yeah, they knew. Magician said most definitely a scheme. They knew exactly what wasn't it a scheme, magician? Don't that feel like a scheme, right? Don't that feel like a scheme? That's like you got a brother who is an alcoholic, who you know is an alcoholic, and when he drink, he start fighting people. And the first thing you do is give him a drink. You know he finna fight it out. So y'all knew this man. Y'all knew this man could say some wild stuff, and you said, we're gonna put a microphone in front of him. Jadik says, set that man up for ratings. That's what they did. Billy says, and now any Oscars that they win, the haters will say it's because of this. Yeah, they gonna say they gave them sympathy Oscars for sure. Yep. Eshjatic says, if Coogler don't cast a black male lead for X-Files, well, it's going to support view of Ryan that I got due to T'Challa, but I will save that for when we see the casting. Give bro a chance. Let's wait and see what X-Files is about. Because what if her partner is trash? Do you want a black man playing that role? Let's just wait. Let's wait. Billy says BBC is going to lose in the end because nobody's watching the show next year. I guarantee it. Yeah. Stamina says, apparently the administration just put a 6-month freeze on distro of durable medical devices. So all those people running defense for disability last week better keep that same energy. Yeah, that's true. All right. Let's get over to Marvel. All right. So this one kind of got me like, what? Wait a minute. Because how did we almost get Halle Berry back as Storm in Deadpool and Wolverine and it just didn't happen? All right. So apparently Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' wife, ran into Halle Berry at a Marc Jacobs fashion show and straight up asked her, was like, girl, do you want to come back as Storm as in the Deadpool and Wolverine movie? And Halle was like, yeah, tell your husband to call me. If Ryan asks me to call me, I'll do it. Child, Halle Berry said the man never called. So it sounds like in the Reynolds household at the dinner table, him and his wife was probably throwing ideas around on who could star in the movie. And as you know, Deadpool and Wolverine had quite a few cameos. And Halle Berry probably was like, I'll do it, but y'all got to pay me.
I like more than check money.
You got to pay me now. This goes back to also what I told y'all, what Famke told me. Famke is the actress who plays Jean Grey. And she told me nobody ever asked her to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. So when all of those rumors were floating around that Jean Grey was supposed to be fighting Wanda in Deadpool and Wolverine, Famke said, well, they ain't call me. And now we find out that Ryan, he ain't reach out to Halle Berry either. So the people don't be lying. But it does seem like Halle Berry here lately seems more optimistic about taking the role and coming back as Storm. She just said she didn't hear anything. But I do think Halle Berry deserves a proper send-off in either Doomsday or Secret Wars. You know, her tune has softened up a bit about the MCU. Doomsday is supposed to be going through reshoots in a couple weeks. So maybe we get to see her on the screen. Halle Berry. I want to see Halle Berry back. I do. I want her sent off properly. Billy is waiting, said, and I guess they played in her face. You know it. Stamina said, the fact that we got Channing Tatum instead of Halle Berry, respectfully. The Magician says, I love that you used that pic for Storm. That's easily one of her best live action looks. And they only had it in one scene. Yep. Pam says, I hope Halle stays far away from Ryan and that wife of his. Damn. All right. More X-Men news. All right. So let's talk about this whole Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine conversation because the internet really tried to manifest it into reality. So Daniel Radcliffe finally addressed it and basically said, yeah, it was never a thing. He said nobody with any real power ever came to him about playing Wolverine. And it's just one of those internet rumors that got too loud. And to be fair, he said, you know what? It's flattering that people want me in this role, but bitch, I ain't trying to come up behind Hugh Jackman. He said them shoes is too big to fill. No, I don't want to do it. No. So if y'all don't remember, back when Deadpool and Wolverine was in production, the scoopers were saying Daniel Radcliffe was supposed to be playing a variant Wolverine, and he was going to be the version Patch. And that rumor caught fire. And Daniel was like, nope, not true. Nobody never approached me. And he said, honestly, if they did approach me, I ain't trying to come after Hugh Jackman. He said, I wasn't going to take it. And honestly, I get it because stepping into Wolverine after Hugh, that's like walking into a legacy mode. Hugh didn't just play Wolverine. He is Wolverine for like the past 2 decades. So some actors just, and this kind of goes back to the T'Challa things. Some actors just don't want to come behind other actors in those roles. He was just like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Now, Daniel did say something interesting, though. He said he's not against doing superhero stuff. He's not chasing it, but he says if the script comes across his desk that's weird or different and good, he's open to it. But he said, I don't want to be damn Wolverine. He said, I don't want to do that one now. I don't want to do that one. But he might pop up in the MCU or the DCU one day. Who knows? And I actually kind of respect that, because instead of forcing himself into like a fan cast role because he's popular, he's picking roles based off of quality. That avoids you getting stuck in something that just don't fit. And he probably, after he played Harry Potter for all those years, he probably don't want to be in a role where he's stuck again. So I get that. So yeah, man, if you're holding out for Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine, you might as well let it go. But don't be surprised. He might show up in Marvel or DCU somewhere. He might show up as a congressman. He might show up as William Stryker. Who knows? He said he just ain't gonna be Wolverine. Kendall said he'd be good for it, though. The magician said, wise man. Yep. Jadik says Daniel doesn't work for money. He only takes roles for fun. Hey, that's a good position to be in. Billy says, I think he'd be a good Wolverine. Why y'all want Wolverine to be so short? Like, I know he's short in the comics, but y'all really want a short Wolverine? I don't like that. Stamina says the tension between Wesley and Ryan from long ago might have made rebuilding that bridge more important to get for Ryan. You know what? One thing I'll say about some men, like, men can get over stuff sometimes quicker than women. So, y'all men, y'all could go to the bar, drink a beer, and just be like, you remember when you called me a cracker ass cracker on Blade 3? I'm over it. So, hey man, they said Wesley Snipes was like throwing the C word all at Ryan Reynolds. Said Wesley Snipes said when he just move out the way, C word, move out the way. Say Wesley Snipes was bullying Ryan Reynolds. That's crazy. I'm talking about toxic workplace. Ryan Reynolds, this was when he was young too. He probably used to be so stressed out coming to work, dealing with Wesley Snipes. I would have been pissed off. All right, next up. Y'all, I think we talk about Sadie Sink every week like we talk about T'Challa. All right. At this point, Sadie Sink and Spider-Man might as well just be a weekly segment on the show because the rumors just keep evolving. So now we got another update. One of the more reliable scoopers, Cryptic HD, is backing the claim that Sadie Sink is going to be Jean Grey. That's what they said. Now let's be clear, there is still no official confirmation from Marvel, so we got to keep this. We got to kind of keep this in the rumor category.
All the rumors are true, yeah. What you heard, that's true, yeah.
But what makes this one hit a little different is the consistency. Cryptic HD, he's usually pretty spot on. But Jeff Snyder was actually the first one to put out the rumor that Sadie Sink might be playing Jean Grey. And if you know how the game works, when multiple sources start lining up, it's starting to be a little bit more, believable now. Y'all know I have been in denial. I don't like this casting. I'm still going to hold out hope that it's not true. I just don't want Sadie Sink to be Jean Grey. But when Cryptic came out the other day, he put out a tweet and he said Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. After he said that, then other scoopers came out behind him, like Daniel RPK and My Time to Shine. They started co-signing like, yeah, she Jean Grey. Now let me tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all was on Twitter and y'all saw the little YouTuber beef, a little quick little spat that went on. So Josh over at Den of Nerds came out on Twitter and he was like, Josh was like, I told y'all she was Jean Grey. Marvel knew I knew that she was Jean Grey, and that's why I've been holding it back. And I was the first one to say it, and I told y'all, and I told y'all. Then Geeky Cast was like, well, actually, Jeff Snyder was the first person to report it, and Josh just went off on Geeky Cast. Josh was like, I'm sick of you always correcting people, and that's why you're not growing as a content creator. I was like, damn. That's how y'all do it. Josh told him off. I don't know why Josh was so sensitive about that topic. Like, he really went off. He was like, nigga, that's why you're not growing. And I was like, Chad, you gonna let him talk to you like that? you gonna let him talk to you like that, Geeky Cast? And just like I said, now today they friends again back on, Twitter. They cool again. But you're not finna get in front of the public or everybody and tell me that's why I'm not growing as a content creator. So what? Y'all is crazy. But anyway, I just think this casting is so weird. I say this every week. Why is Jean Grey in a Spider-Man movie? What is this Spider-Man movie about? Why is Jean Grey in New York? Why is she rolling around with the Punisher? Like, so many questions. What's going on? And if she is Jean Grey, I'm guessing the X-Men may be around early 20s. But the good thing about Sadie Sink, she could play a teenager as well. So I guess we'll see when the trailer drops, how real this is and how old this Jean Grey might be. But yeah, y'all, they said that it's official. We gotta wait till Marvel confirms it, but they saying Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. Check the comments. Eshjatic says she is Jean Grey. Case closed. I'm curious if they're going to go young or adult for Storm. From a recast T'Challa perspective, older Storm is better. Billy is waiting says, I don't like this, bro. Why are we introducing Jean in a Spider-Man movie? Collector's Reign says, we'll know in about 2 months before the movie comes out. Culture Maid says, just want to say, what's up, Tina and my peoples in the chat? My daughter got the big screen and my son is on the computer running back and forth, so I had to sneak in the bathroom to say hi. Oh, take care of the kitties. Take care of the kitties. The Magician says, if this is true, then the other castings may be mad cringe. Collector's Reign said, man, shut up, Josh. Lawrence says, they was all tripping. Stamina says, hope it ain't true, but I know good and well there was no way the scoopers would let Marvel get the info out to us themselves. Kendall said he went off on him today on the stream. What? Y'all, I cannot believe like YouTubers really be beefing. Like, I'm not beefing with no YouTubers. I'm too old. Look, soon as somebody get to cussing me out on Twitter, y'all, I just delete the post. I'm not gonna go back and forth. I don't have time. Jay says, why is everybody back in Sadie's team? Who hasn't done anything for the series whatsoever? I don't understand what you're saying. Xavier says, it's wild out there in them streaming streets. Yeah, man, YouTubers be beefing. YouTubers be beefing. That is crazy. Collector's Reign says Josh just be making stuff up. Stamina says Josh has been huffing with his own farts for a minute now. It's a bit much for me personally. Yeah. Collector's Reign said that's a part of the theory game. The Magician says, dinner nerds. I swear he just be making shit up. Kendall says, I don't think she'll be Jean in the movie, though. I guess we'll see. Freed Spirit said, I hope she is. Okay, so we have some people who do like Sadie Sink as Jean. The only reason I don't like Sadie Sink as Jean is because she's so short, and I'm a short person, so I'm not judging. But I just always picture Jean Grey like being at least like 5'9", 5'10". Like Jean Grey always just felt so statuesque. Her and Storm, they always felt like they had a little height on them. So I don't know. As Jaddick says, classic boys beef over some random BS, then make up and go out for beers. Yeah. Y'all can do it. Six says Josh has been shooting slugs at Chad for months now. Child. Kendall says I like the smoke as a YouTuber. Kendall, you need to get back in the booth then. Y'all go follow Kendall. He ain't as active as he used to be, but he makes great YouTube videos when he gets to work. But I understand, everybody got life. Lauren says, has Marvel ever put one of their own characters in a Spider-Man movie? Has Marvel ever? Let's think about, have they ever premiered one? I don't think so. Billy says, now I'm worried about the Spider-Man movie. I've been really championing it, but it just feels messy now. I mean, I trust Destin Daniel Cretton. Hopefully all of this is going to make some kind of sense if this is true. I don't know. Kendall says, I think we'll see some timeline meddling went down from Kang. Possibly. Jay says, I meant to say, why is everybody backing Sadie Sink, whose acting sucks and hasn't done any great series of movies? The Whale was trash. God damn. Sadie Sink. Damn, Jay. Six the Truth says he be bodying James Mack, Chad, King Spike, like body them. Why do the Scoopers, why is the Scoopers beefing with each other? Like, why is it? I don't get it. I don't understand the Scooper beef. I don't get it. Chad was not wrong to say that Jeff Snyder called it first. I mean, that's the truth. Jeff Snyder was the first person to say, hey man, I'm hearing that Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. And then Boz B, the reporter, was the one who said Sadie Sink might be in Secret Wars. So I don't know why Josh got mad. Ain't nothing to get mad about. So I don't know. Darius was the first person that I heard that said that Marvel had been talking to Damson for possibly T'Challa. I'm gonna give Darius that. But I was the first person who told y'all that Marvel had met with a bunch of people for Secret Wars or Doomsday to be a Black Panther variant. I was the first person who said it. I was the first person who said that Damson and a bunch of people met with them specifically for Doomsday and Secret Wars. When the Scoopers came out and started, saying it like a month or so ago, I didn't get mad, but I was like, y'all give credit to the Black folks. We was over here talking about this on our side. Y'all can't give us no credit, y'all. But it ain't nothing to get mad about. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be beefing. I'm not going to be fighting about a scoop or a rumor. That's kind of crazy. I'm just not. Billy says, how the fuck is Famke not in Doomsday? Where's Halle? Where's Halle Berry? Oh man, it just ain't beef over here with me, y'all. I'm too old. I ain't finna be fighting with nobody. I don't even fight with my wife. If she get to acting crazy, I just look at her like, are you okay? I'm not doing this. Kendall says, I remember being one of the first one to say they need to go get Damson. Okay, I'll give you that. Me personally, Damson is just not high up. Y'all, I'll probably never ever get an interview with Damson Idris because I feel like Damson Idris probably feel like I be talking shit about him. But Damson, I don't be talking trash about you, Damson. I just don't want you to be T'Challa because I think you just got a little baby face. You just like a prince. I want Damson to be something else in the MCU. So Damson, don't feel like I'm talking trash. Like I don't want you to get a job because I want Damson to work in the MCU. I don't want him as T'Challa. I just want, somebody who's a little bit more mature, somebody who's a little bit more imposing, like Aldous Hodge. You know what I'm saying? But if it boils down to Damson, if Damson has this role and he is going to be the T'Challa moving forward, I will be there supporting Damson Idris. I will be there supporting him. I will be there supporting him. All right, let's move on to some Avengers news. All right, yo. So it's time to put some of these Avengers Doomsday rumors out. So this could get kind of crazy kind of fast because this rumors like going everywhere. Okay. So according to My Time to Shine, hello, Thor is about to get an army. Oh, stamina. Let me put up. We might be hitting spoiler territory, stamina. So for y'all that don't like spoilers, move because we are going to talk about Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom. I am Doom. You are Doom.
So if you don't want to be doomed with spoilers, now is the time to leave because I'm going to talk about all the spoilers that dropped this week. All right. So according to My Time to Shine, Thor is about to get an army straight out of Valhalla. By Stamina. Stamina really don't like spoilers. All right, so Thor's supposed to be getting the army straight out of Valhalla, and we are talking about falling soldiers. Okay, even familiar faces coming back to help him out. So this is giving like in-game level where maybe Thor is praying to his daddy, like, I need help for what's about to come of me. And they said a bunch of like warriors from Valhalla is gonna show up, and Thor gonna have a squad with him. My Time to Shine Hello said we will see the famous scene of Thor praying in the woods, and his daddy is going to answer and give him a big army to fight with. That's what My Time to Shine Hello says. Okay. Moving on. Now, on the flip side, let's talk about this Loki situation because this is where things get a little crazy. The rumor says Dr. Doom is gonna pull up and just wipe out the TVA, killing them all. All of them gonna die. All of them gonna die. All of them gone. All of them gone. Lord, they gonna kill B-15. Oh, Lord, woman Musako, she just died in Sinners, and now they saying she might die again. Jesus. Say Dr. Doom gonna kill everybody in the TVA. So this rumor kind of tracks because if Loki is sitting there holding all of the universes together, it makes sense that Doom may want to kill him because maybe when Loki drops all of those universes, maybe that's how Battle World is created. Battle World is essentially a world of shattered or fractured universes all living together under Dr. Doom's rule. So not only that, but there's also talk. I've seen a lot of people got, a little upset. They said Loki might only have 1 or 2 scenes throughout the movie or a small role, and people were a little upset about that. But child, what y'all think Loki gonna do? He's sitting on that goddamn chair. How big of a role could Loki possibly have? He's doing his job, and his job is to sit there and hold all the universes together. So I never expected Loki to just be like a big role in this movie. So I don't know why people got upset or, their feelings was hurt that Loki isn't going to have a lot to do. We probably won't see Loki to the end of the movie when Doom done damn tore the whole goddamn world apart. And now he's trying to get to the timeline. So look, it's 60 people in this movie. Everybody ain't going to have a big role. Okay. They got to figure this shit out. And I'm not going to lie. If Doom gets there and he 2 pieces Loki and Loki gotta die again, I mean, I'm sorry, but who the hell cares? Who cares? He'll be all right. He'll be okay. He'll be back. And this is why I'm kind of upset about Doomsday, because I feel like everybody can just come back in Secret Wars. Like, they have to figure out a way to make this movie be impactful and to make some of these deaths stick. Okay, don't just kill these people and then they come back for Secret Wars. I don't want to see all of that. But yeah, so they said Dr. Doom gonna kill everybody in the TVA. Oh Lord, Woomy. Maybe Woomy won't be there. Damn, Woomy. God damn. The magician says, damn, not Woomy. Kendall says, I don't believe that scene in the woods is real. I believe it's real. I think it's real. Lawrence said Thor needs to power up. He for sure does. Yeah. I like Thor. Kendall says every time they in the woods in Marvel trailers, it don't be real. Kendall says if Loki get up, the movie gonna end. Right. Like Loki is holding everything together. So I never expected Loki to have a big role. I expect for him to be sitting his ass on that chair. That's where he should be. The magician says, I hope they recast every damn body at this point. Cornelia said, we want to see Kang kill everybody. Yes, rest in peace, Kang Dynasty. Billy said, this movie going to be 7 hours long. All right, next up. All right, let's talk about Dr. Doom and Doctor Strange and these wizards and all this. Let me find this rumor here. All right, here's where things get a little bit more interesting. Daniel RPK is saying Doom might have a wizard as his right hand, and this person is going to be using a sling ring. And let's be real. The first name that comes to mind, of course, is going to be Doctor Strange possibly teaming up with Dr. Doom, because we all saw the concept art. That concept art had Doctor Strange standing up there with Dr. Doom. So the first thought is going to be, yeah, this wizard that's working with Dr. Doom is going to be Doctor Strange. I think that's the first thought that everybody says. But, you know, there's other wizards out there. It could be Mordo. Mordo has been on that. We got to get rid of people who use their powers and shit. So it could be Mordo. Could be Clea. I've even seen people throw Wong out there. It could be the ancient one. Doctor Strange ain't the only person who used that goddamn sling ring. It's just there's other wizards out there. But it most likely is going to be Doctor Strange or a variant of Strange if they're going to follow the comics and if they're going to follow that concept art that we've seen. So, yep, Doctor Doom is supposed to be working with some kind of wizard. S. Jaddick says, really wild times that we're not getting Doctor Strange 3. Feels like it could scoot in right between Doomsday and Secret Wars. I mean, that would only make sense, right? But we live in a world where Marvel just is kind of not making sense anymore. Billy says they set so much up with evil Doctor Strange. Yeah, could be a variant. Kendall says, man, we all know it's Strange. Clea finna take him to Doom. You know, could be. Billy says the multiversal saga is gonna have the least payoff. Wanda, Strange, Kang, man, y'all, what the fuck? S. Jaddick says, isn't the rumor that Doom has 4? I don't know what that is. So Strange, Clea, Sylvie, Mordo is what I could see. I'm gonna assume you said that the rumor is that Doom has 4 witches or partners. What does mages mean? Rewrite that. Lawrence said we really don't need one. They could have set Doom up earlier. Yeah, they definitely could have. All right, y'all, we about done. This is the last topic. For to move on to the last topic, and I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here for the night. All right, so news dropped today that Delroy Lindo approached Ryan Coogler about being in Black Panther 3, and Ryan Coogler was like, not right now, Coogler was like, nah. So this story is coming from the Hollywood Reporter, and it says, I'm going to read it directly from Hollywood Reporter. As audiences eagerly await his next role, Lindo admits he put a bug in Coogler's ear about his hopes of reuniting for the Black Panther 3 sequel that's in development with Marvel. Lindo says, I expressed to Ryan that if the stars line up, I would love to be in Black Panther 3. One of the things he said to me was anything that he was to offer me, he would want to be sure that it was worth my time. He didn't exactly say that, but that's essentially the sentiment, and I respect that. So that's a nice way of saying, not right now, Unc. That's what that sounds like to me. That's what that sounds like to me. Listen, let me go ahead and tell y'all something. Ryan Coogler knows what this Black Panther story is. I believe he already knows what direction he's leaning into. I believe this script has already been done. I think he already knows who he wants for most of these roles. And it sounds like for somebody like Delroy Lindo, he don't want to just give him like a throwaway role. So you got to respect that. Like he's letting Delroy know, like, bro, listen, if I'm gonna give you something, I'm gonna give you something that's worth something. Now, what I will say is because the Denzel deal isn't done, I don't think they've sat down and kind of got down to the business of Black Panther 3 yet. What I will say is if they can't work out a deal with Denzel, I mean, Delroy could easily slide in there and take that role. Also, if y'all don't know, Delroy was already in the MCU. He was in the Blade film. And when that movie got pushed to the side, Coogler took quite a few people from that production and just put their ass on centers. He said, hey man, y'all come on here work with me. Coogler said, Blade ain't working. Come over here, Warner Brothers. I got something for y'all. So sounds like Delroy wants to come back to the MCU. Everywhere Ryan Coogler goes, I'm pretty sure he's probably asked about everybody, how can I get in the fucking Black Panther movie? If I was him, I probably would hate like just going out. Because everywhere he goes, somebody is wanting to be in the Black Panther universe. So Delroy, I don't know. If they can't work that deal out with Denzel, Delroy, you probably gonna get it. But Ryan Coogler is like, not right now, not right now. Not right now. Oh, let's check the comments. Oh, S. Jaddick says mages are spellcasters, so magicians and wizards. Okay, mages, got it. Okay. S. Jaddick says, I don't care about any Black Panther 3 casting besides T'Challa. Collector's Reign says Delroy can be a Chaby. I don't want to see a Chaby. I know everybody want to see a Chaby. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a Chaby. I just don't. Collector's Reign says Denzel could be a past Panther. Let's see what Denzel. I don't know. I don't know. Kendall says, is this before or after Secret Wars? Black Panther 3 is coming after Secret Wars, Kendall, for sure. Billy says, how cool would it be if Black Panther 3 got Denzel an Oscar? I mean, Denzel already got one, right? She said he could be Brother Voodoo. I want my Brother Voodoo to be kind of young. Like 30. Not 20, not 60. I want like a little 30, 32-year-old Brother Voodoo. I want someone who's still kind of young, but is also experienced in the mystic arts and magic and voodoo, all of that. So I don't want an elder Brother Voodoo. I want a little younger Brother Voodoo. Xavier says, hopefully he keeps Delroy in mind for a nice solid role down the line. Hey, yeah. Or he might, hit Michael B. Jordan up and say, hey man, put Delroy in Creed 4. Creed 4 is still coming. So Sanju says, will Storm make her first appearance in Black Panther? I hope not. I don't want that. I would feel that's so cliche. I would feel that would be Kevin Feige forcing that. I would feel I would feel like Kevin Feige would be like, "Hey Ryan, can you let Storm appear in Black Panther? Like, I'm just gonna let you handle all the black people stuff." No, I don't want Storm to appear in Black Panther. The Magician says everybody don't got to be in it for real. Hey, everybody want to be in Black Panther, man. Jadik says, well, ain't it for sure, Tina? If they do film this summer, then it could drop before Secret Wars. It's not dropping before Secret Wars. It's not. Secret Wars is literally next year. It's next year, y'all. Doomsday is this year. Black Panther 3 is not dropping before Secret Wars. It's not. It's just not. Lauren said they should get dude from House of the Dragon. Get him to do what? To play what role? I would not be mad at Damson Idris being Brother Voodoo. I would not be mad at that. I could route with that. So I'm not anti-Damson. I just want Damson to have the right role. And don't get me wrong, I think if Damson happens to be T'Challa, I think this is another reason why I don't want Damson to be T'Challa, because I feel like people would then want him to be Chadwick's version of T'Challa. That's why I want somebody else to be T'Challa, someone who is just completely different and can put a different spin on it. I feel like Damson would feel obligated to play the role of T'Challa the same way that Chadwick played it. I think Damson would want to come in and be a little bit more gracious, a little bit more kind and well thought out. I want my T'Challa to have a little stank on him, a little funk on him, a little attitude, you know what I'm saying? All right, Kendall says first movie after Secret Wars with a new T'Challa is the smartest move. Yeah, possibly. Kevin Davis says Josh D'Amaro and Dana Walden taking over as CEO of Disney. I could see them making a decision to bring T'Challa. I think these new CEOs are smart enough to let Kevin do what Kevin does. You don't want to come in as CEOs making creative decisions. You let your creators create. And I think we're gonna get a T'Challa. I just don't know if it's T'Challa Jr. or T'Challa proper, but a male Black Panther is coming back. But if I'm the CEO ain't got no business getting involved in super creative decisions like that on characters. The CEO needs to be worried about Kevin Feige. What's the budget on these movies? How many movies is coming out this year? Where do we need to put this, that? They don't need to be fooled up with characters. That's not a CEO's job. The Magician says these actors need to be able to do action and stunts. I want my superheroes jumping around and shit. Collector's Reign says if everyone can be in Spider-Man, then everyone can be in Black Panther. I think we're going to start seeing a change in Marvel. One thing I will say about these new CEOs, they're probably going to want Marvel to start shrinking these budgets. So some of these movies you just can't spend you just can't spend $250 million on it. So yeah, everybody ain't gonna be able to be everywhere all the time, because then everybody ain't gonna get paid fair, and then they're gonna get mad. So I don't know. Kendall says Damson is our new king. He finna build Wakanda brick by brick. Jadik says my problem with Damson is he looks so young, so he might be T'Challa Jr. He and Letitia are too buddy. We need a T'Challa to get back everything Shuri stole, including his super genius. Jadix, you're gonna get kicked out. You know I'll be threatening to kick you out every week. Kendall says we are getting T'Challa, son of T'Challa. I don't know. Collector's Reign says it's for the culture. Put all the blacks in it. Put all the blacks in it. S. Jaddick says Josh did run parks and merch. He might like. Let me get this right. S. Jaddick says, well, Josh did run parks and merch, right? He might like well-known. My metrics show T'Challa is way more popular than Shuri or Sam. So let's get the top black male superhero back and operational. That just is not gonna be his job. That's just, they don't care about Black Panther like that. They want Iron Man, Spider-Man, even though that's Sony, Iron Man, Hulk, y'all, we just on the bottom of the totem pole, I think they know, I think they see value in Ryan Coogler. I don't know if, even though that movie made a lot of money, I still don't know if they see total value in this franchise. I think they believe in the people in this franchise. I don't know if they really believe in the mythos of Black Panther. I don't know. I don't know. Because they never did. They never believed in it. So what changed? You know what changed? Ryan Coogler. I think they believe in him. That's why they let him do, have the freedom to kind of do what he want to do. I don't know if they believe in this franchise like that. So we'll see. She said Damson just looked too young for me. Me too. All right. It's 9:00. I went 2 hours. That's past my time. I do appreciate y'all for always hanging out with me. Any final thoughts before I go? Any final thoughts? Y'all make sure y'all follow all the content creators in the comments. Kendall, Cornelius. If I'm missing anybody, y'all let me know. I'm trying to think of everybody who creates content here. Magician, thanks for always showing up. Lawrence, thanks for giving me a super chat.
Hey, shout out to the super chat. Shout out to the super chat. Thanks for supporting our life.
Thanks for the super chat, Lawrence, earlier. Y'all got any final words, any thoughts and wishes? Y'all, we need to stop the YouTuber beef now. We don't need to be beefing in these YouTuber streets. We don't need to be beefing in the YouTuber streets no more, y'all. Xavier says another fun stream. Appreciate y'all, man. I will be back next Friday around this same time. I think I'm gonna do a video later because they said that there was like a plot leak for Doomsday, so I might do a video. Might put that up tomorrow. But once again, I appreciate y'all for always coming in here rocking with me. We always have a good time and we laugh, and hopefully this can bring y'all a little joy. And hopefully next week is less stressful than this week. Between goddamn Jonathan Majors, between N-words flying, Paramount, it's just been a lot. I think MAGA been winning this week. MAGA has been winning. MAGA been winning. MAGA had a good week. She just gave me a $5 super chat.
Hey, shout out to the super chat. Shout out to the super chat. Thanks for supporting our life. Hey, shout out to the super chat. Shout out to the super chat. Hey.
Nah, man. Listen, I will never ask y'all for money. But what I will say is when y'all do bless me, I do appreciate that, because I tell y'all all the time, all this stuff costs money. None of this stuff is free. Like, it costs money to stream this, to get this microphone, these lights. So anytime y'all give me $1, $2, $3, even if you can't give me $1, if you watch my videos, that helps. I really do appreciate y'all. But MAGA done had a good ass week. Yeah, they had a solid week, boy. Golly, they winning. They winning.
If you like movies and have time to spare, you need to follow Tina LockLair. Lock. You need to follow Tina LockLair.